Salla, Stories from the Middle of Nowhere. Episode 3, When Music Travels. Music has a remarkable way of traveling. It crosses borders. It crosses generations. Sometimes, it even finds its way back home. As my research continued, I noticed something unexpected. Music kept appearing. Again and again. Different decades. Different styles. Different journeys. Yet somehow, they all led back to the same place. Salla. A small community in northern Finland. A place surrounded by forests. Long winters. Bright summer nights. And a silence that somehow leaves room for creativity. In 1986, a progressive rock band was formed in Salla. Its name was Nova Scotia. Its vocalist was Kimmo Blom. Kimmo wasn't born in Salla, but Salla became his home. It was here that his musical journey truly began. I still remember the day Kimmo visited my school. At the time, it felt like an ordinary day. He wasn't a famous singer to me. He was simply someone sharing his love of music. Years later, I realized that ordinary day had quietly become part of a much bigger story. A story I never expected to tell. Throughout his career, Kimmo became known as an exceptionally versatile vocalist. He moved effortlessly between rock, melodic metal, musical theater, and the music of Queen. For many years, audiences knew him for his powerful performances as Freddie Mercury. His voice carried him to stages across Finland. But every journey has a beginning. Nearly 20 years later, another generation found its own voice. 3 young women from Salla formed Stalingrad Cowgirls. Their music was different. Their generation was different. But once again, the journey began here. Their energy quickly attracted attention. They signed with Warner Music Finland. Soon they were performing across Finland and far beyond it. Their tours took them across Europe and as far as Japan and China. Along the way, they shared the stage with internationally recognized artists, including Muse, Iggy and the Stooges, Motley Crue, Billy Idol and Michael Monroe. From one of Finland's northernmost communities, their music reached audiences around the world. As I looked back at these stories, I realized something. Music doesn't belong to places. People do. But sometimes, a place quietly shapes the people, who later shape the music. Eventually, my research returned to where everything had begun. Jaco Pastorius. Although he is remembered as one of the world's greatest bass players, it wasn't his music that changed the direction of this documentary. It was one unexpected discovery. A branch of his family tree led back to old Salla. That discovery didn't explain greatness. Talent is never inherited from a place. But it revealed another connection. Another path, leading back to the same northern landscape. Standing in Salla today, it is easy to hear only the wind, to watch reindeer crossing a quiet road, to see cranes returning each spring, or the first snow settling across the forest. It feels timeless. Yet from this peaceful place, music traveled remarkably far. Looking back now, I no longer see these musicians as separate stories. I see different journeys, different dreams, Different generations. Each found its own voice. Each followed a different path. Yet every one of those journeys needed a place to begin. Perhaps that is what music teaches us. Every melody begins with a single note. Every journey begins with a single step. And sometimes, the smallest places leave the longest echoes. In the next episode, the story moves from music to words, because one man chose to preserve the North through storytelling. His name was Unto Ek.